Hello, hello, hello. We are just going to sit here for a little bit. Sorry. And see, because it seems like the connection is not connecting to YouTube, which we're going to try to see if it is. But I figured I would pop in, see how you guys are doing. It is after Thanksgiving. Oh, it is showing up live. However, hello, Desert Dawn. Well, I've been trying to come on for a little while. Hi, guys. Again, I've been trying to come on for a little while, and we just, Lisa and I have been talking about why it wasn't sending out the, hey, we're live. So we are just going to kick it for a little bit. And then, hi, T-Barb. So how was we'll chat for a little bit. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Hi, Flowing. How are you? I know I can't believe it either, huh? No, just kidding. No. I am so glad to see everybody. So for some reason, it did not put on that I was coming on. It didn't give a forewarning. So Lisa and I were trying to work that out. And so we'll see how it goes. And I figured I would just kind of wing a little bit today, talk about a couple of things. And then if anybody wanted a couple of readings, we could do that as well. So I know that some of you guys are talking. By the way, I caught Sonia's live this morning and awesome about, detoxifying and get rid of all of those things. And that was awesome. Hi, Jane. First time seeing me live. Hi, Suzanne. Vivian. Yeah, it's I'm a little kooky. So it is, I'll explain that. So it is, since your first time seeing me live, what I do is I got somebody calling me. Let me turn that down. So I do what's called scrying. Okay. And what scrying means is I look off in the distance and I just stare at something. It could be, one of the new things that I've started using that I haven't used in a long, long time because I haven't found them. And I honestly cannot remember what these cards are called, but the backs look like this. And the fronts, hi, Gma. Hello, Cindy, Sharon, Suzanne. It's just got some weird pictures to them. So sometimes I'll look at the pictures. Sometimes I will just stare off into space. I usually stare off into space, though. So it's called scrying. And so that's just staring off into space and where you get pictures, feelings, emotions, looking at people, spirits that come up to you, you can kind of see them. So that's what it is. There you go. Thank you, Sonia. Soul cards. It's been a long time. These were actually gifted to me a long, long time ago, soul cards. And so there's no meanings, there's no book, there's nothing. But I put the two decks together. So one of the things, and by the way, my fellow readers, if anybody wants to join me, feel free to send me a text if you have my number. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is called that things are changing for human beings. I wrote some notes down so I would remember. And what I mean by that is we are all vibrating at a different rate. And some of us, are going through some stuff. And I always say it's leveling up. So we're leveling up. I'm going to take these off because it's always better when I can't see very much. So we're leveling up. And what leveling up means is we, as human beings, are changing the way we do things spiritually. When I started about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Um, you know, we talked about manifesting. We talked about all of those, manifesting how to get what you need. We kind of focused on that a lot. Also, a lot about self healing. Thank you, Rebecca. But now we are leveling up again. And what we need to realize is that the hardest part that we have, what they have shown me, is we live in such a linear time. Okay. We're so linear. Hi, Gina. And when you think about that, we're being raised as linears. And what I mean, you're absolutely right, T-Bar. Manifesting is like, um, we are very linear. Okay. We're born, we grow up, there's a timeline, we sit and we bounce. And this is what our brain tells us how things are. And that's what we know. And our brain tells us that we live in a linear timeline. And so what Spirit has shown me lately is there are several timelines going on. That is why you see several different people talking about, for instance, you'll have some people that will talk about the end of days. Think about when it was, I remember when I was a kid, I was so scared because I saw a sign that says by the year 2012, the whole earth is going to blow up. And someone was actually holding the sign. And it just freaked me out as a kid. Well, we're still here. Okay. And we're still going to be here. There are people that see different timelines. Okay. And so all of us as a collective, even though there's a lot of things going on right now, we still need to be very, very aware of what we are manifesting, because T-Bar is actually correct. We are manifesting at such a high rate right now. What was harder to find or harder to get before is very, very easy for some. And the reason why is because we're learning the secrets and we are actually vibrating at a higher rate in that. I love that, Mars. I've never done that. Yeah, it's such a rigid timeline to kind of think about that. And that's where we get stuck, because some people can't get past that, okay? They can't stop our brains from doing that. So let's go back to manifesting, they said. And like I said, when you see me staring off into space, it's my guides talking to me. That's what I do. So basically with the manifesting, what they've shown me lately is think about the person that whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're thinking about the most, whatever energy that you are sitting in, that is what you are going to get more of. So if you are wanting to bring something in your life, even though your words are saying, I want that, or I want this, or when is this going to be happening to me? Your energy, your space, your soup that you are sitting on is, this is never going to happen to me. So that is what's happening. So we have to be very, very, very much aware of what we are actually saying. And so that, and some of you might get a little upset with me when I say this, but prime example, someone who is sick, okay? Because why would anybody want to be sick? Well, of course you don't want to be sick, but you are exactly what we put out is what we receive in return. So even though you're putting out the words of, I want to be healthy and happy, that's not what you're really thinking. In the back of your head, you're sitting here going, I'm sick, I've got this, I've got that. Your cells, okay? Listen, okay? Let me say that again. Your cells in your body, listen. So when we're talking about, manifesting, and especially us as a whole, you need to start telling yourselves, for those of us that are ready to jump off that linear timeline and stop saying that this is all we have, and it's a hard stretch to really go over there and start telling your body to turn on the chromosomes that don't work. Tell your body that you are getting healed, that things are happening to you, that you are getting better eyesight. And I know that sounds weird, but I literally did that. I kept saying, my eyes are getting better. My eyes are getting better. And I kept imagining how good it feels when my eyes get better and I can see. Went to the doctor because my eyes were really bad and I couldn't see out of my glasses. And then he goes, oh, that's really odd. Your eyesight got way better. It can happen. Okay. And so we are at a new place. And so when I say things are changing for human beings, not only is the linear, okay, but it's also the fact of you can talk to your cells and get them to listen. Good job, T-Bar, yours too. It's kind of funny. Another thing that's been coming to me was with this new leveling up or this new jump that you're getting, some of us have been feeling really dizzy. We've been feeling really disconnected. You have to understand that some of us, not everybody right now, because we all do things differently. Hello, third eye. Some of us, yes, I love that, Connie. It's called Mind Over Matter. And that's where we have got to start training our brains that, for so long, we've really put our brains and thought our brains were the ones that kind of controlled everything, I guess you can say. That's what it teaches us. That's what, our brains are it's not, it's our heart and our cells are really strong and they really have potential of healing. It's just our brains get in the way and tell our body, oh, that can't be done. That can't. So you have to have pure intent with this. And what I mean by pure intent is even in manifesting, it's the pure intent of love. It's the pure intent of, think about a really wonderful time that you've loved, whether that was in love. Don't worry about how it ended. Just that in love that you felt. That is the emotion that you need to be in when you talk to your cells, when you talk to your body, when you try to manifest things. That is the space that you need to be in. It's really, really, really super important. Also, one of the things that came up was light language. And some of you know, some of you don't know. And if you're watching this video and you don't know what light language means or who it is, because there's going to be more videos coming out about light language and light language in it, that's kind of a hard subject sometimes to wrap your brain around. I know some of my friends that flat out say that's weird and I hate it and I hate when people do that. And that's great. But I found a really wonderful video, and it's called Light Language, the Language of Spirit by Michael, and I think his name is Mirdad, M-I-R-D-A-D. It's on YouTube, Light Language, the Language of the Spirit. And that really, really explains it very well, okay? So explains it, and it's really nice on how it explains it and why what actually does it, like what is gosh, I can't even think. What is light language? It's wonderful. Okay, so does anybody want to do, please post the name again. Okay, so I don't have my glasses on, so I'll say it again. So the video is called Light Language, the Language of Spirit by Michael Mirdad, M-I-R-D-A-D. Because you don't want me typing, because I've got no eyeballs. So he really talks about, and it was a really good way that I could wrap my brain around it, because I really needed to understand what had happened to me. Why was this big, humongous shift? What changed in it? And basically what he says is, at what point did we consider, okay, this is called water? Who gave it that name? Because once we started naming things, we had something before that. There you go. Thank you, T-Bar. I mean, it's a really wonderful video, so I would invite you to do that. Okay, so I think since I'm winging it today, any questions that you guys have of me, and what I mean by that is, you guys know that I've been always open about myself and how things are and keeping you abreast of things. And lately I've been pretty silent and not around. And that is because I've had a lot of changes. And so I can honestly say that I am finally done with all this change that's been going on for the last year and a half. And it has been a humongous growth. So, is there any questions that you guys have of me wanting to know anything? Because, I'll tell you. Oh, thank you, Connie. I mean, it's a really good, oh gosh, yes, T-Barb, I am so through the chaos. And I have moved in the last year 3 times. And there has been plenty of growth, and I've been all over where's I have. So now I'm in Clinton, Massachusetts. And it has been wonderful. And so I went from moving from Colorado Springs, Colorado, to the Cape of Massachusetts, to Martha's Vineyard, to here. And Suzanne, that is a really wonderful question, and I'm glad you said that, because your question, which is, how did you cope with the chaos? I won't lie, it was hard. And I think that the best thing that I did was truly take, not just, when I say time for healing, I really depended on my soul sisters. I depended on JJ. I depended on Debbie. When you're on an island, Martha's Vineyard, and there's really not much to do. And it's not like, it might sound great, but when you're working there, it's not as great. And so I took all of that time to really break down my life, break down what I was going through, really looked at patterns of why I was where I needed to be. What were the reasons for people coming into my life? What was the reasons? And I could not have done that if I was in Colorado. There was just no way that could have happened. I had so much growth spiritually, evolving on where I could see things and feel things so much different. And I dealt with it by going, I got to deal with this. I know that this is just a speck in time. I didn't focus on, God, it's been a year and I'm moving again. Oh my gosh, this is going to, I did not focus on the negatives. I focused on all the positives, and I thought how wonderful. And even when I was in a really, really bad relationship, I focused on all the positive things that were happening in my life, and I tried desperately to know that this was a phase in time and that growth was going to come out of it. Which, the reason I say thank you is because they also said, along with the healing that's going on now, along with the fact that some of us are feeling dizzy and disconnected, headaches, migraines, feeling totally lost, feeling like you're losing your mind, understand that is all upgrades, and we just need to get through that, and that it'll be going quickly. Yeah, exactly, Gina. Done there, got the shirt. I do feel very settled, Sonia. The other day, right before Thanksgiving, it was funny because like 2 or 3 days ago, I was just thinking, wow, this is the first time of being in Massachusetts that I actually feel connected. And I actually feel like I'm home. I've been feeling like I'm just riding along on my shirt tails for so long, but it was the first time. And the next day, um, something popped up on my Facebook that said, "Oh, here's your memory." And it was literally to the day that I left Colorado. And that was like the day before Thanksgiving. Um, and so that was really funny because Mary Street, if you guys don't know who she is, Mary Street told me, give it a year, don't leave before, give it a year because everything will turn around. And it has, it really has. So just understand that right now, a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff. And, if I could go back and say, pure intent of love, handle as much as you can with pure intent of love. And that's the only thing that it's only temporary, you know. By the way, some of you guys, okay, not all of us, but some of you guys are going to go through and start remembering your past lives, okay? And you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, they keep showing me this over and over and over again, and they show it to me in different ways. Yeah, Miss Candy, just be gentle with yourself when you're going through those transitions. You cannot, and Debbie's words are ringing so true in my ear. And the reason why I had to do the name change for my channel was because Debbie said, you can't wear the same clothes. Because I told her that Lisa one day helped me out, and it felt really weird being on the channel. It just didn't feel right. And she said, you can't wear the same clothes that you wore yesterday. And it was so profound to me, because if you're trying on the same clothes and you lost a lot of weight, that's not going to work, So a lot of dead weight, a lot of dead things fell. I had to change the name to the channel. So let's go back. Hold on, let me read this. I'm finding it hard, yes, but oh girl, so am I. Yeah, just I am too. And so, yeah, your temperatures are going up and down as well too. And that's just not perimenopause. I'm just telling you. So, one of the things that they've been showing me lately, and they keep showing me in different ways. And so one of the things that they want to talk about is, along with manifesting, and hopefully I can explain this, because remember, spirit talks in metaphors. Imagine an apartment complex. Okay, so close your eyes, do whatever you need to do. Imagine an apartment complex, and you can see the apartment complex, and you can see everybody's door. Okay, you see their front door. Okay, and it's just this perfect square building with all these little doors. Okay, now as a whole, we're going through the building. Okay, if the building catches on fire, everybody is affected, right? So, that sounds weird. Hopefully we can wrap our heads around this. So in a way, there are some things that affect us all. Okay, so when we start manifesting that the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket, which they laugh, we're affecting all of us. And I know that some of us are I don't even watch the news. So I'm going to tell you what, I get the news from Debbie once in a while when I pop into her channel. I don't watch the news. But what they have been showing me is, even though, let's go ahead and say the top floor on the left-hand side, this person is really going through some hell. That really doesn't affect me until I go into that apartment. Now I'm in her hell. Does that make sense? I cannot wish for her to change her hell. She's got to do it herself. Does that make sense? Okay. I can hope the best for her. I can hope for everybody. But I can only put out so much stuff for the whole entire group. And they're showing me cookies, and I don't know why. So let's leave those cookies out of there for now. Okay. So I can wish for everybody, but unless everybody's wishing for the same thing, we're not going to get it. Does that make sense? Okay. So what they're saying is, even though you are dealing with your own personal things and your own personal life that I could never understand because I'm just not there. I'm not in your world. I'm not in your space. I'm not in your stuff. I would ask that you take, or these guys are asking that you take 15 to 20 minutes, doesn't have to be all in one shot, to stop and think about love and push it out there to your whole entire community. Okay? Because we have to offset those people that are, they just show me Eeyores. Everything sucks. Life is horrible. Life is this. Life is that. We are all, whether you like it or not, you're all stepping in to your potential, your spiritual potential. And that does not mean that all of you guys are going to be on YouTube. Okay. Awesome, Suzanne. I love to hear that. It does not mean that everybody's going to have a YouTube channel. It does not mean that everybody's going to be teaching Reiki. It does not mean you right here, being alive right now, just emanating love in your space can be exactly what you were meant to do. It's that simple. Not everybody is going to have the soapbox to preach on. Okay. So that's one of the things that they said. Hello, Ron. I think you are absolutely right, T-Bar. T-Bar says, I've been doing that. I think that's why my manifesting is stronger now. That is exactly right. Okay. Because you're staying in a space of love more often, so it's easier to get to. Okay. So they want me to go back to the talking, because talking to your cells and telling your cells in a space when you are in love with yourself, when you are remembering how it feels to, okay, Jane, have fun with that. Remember how it feels to be in love, and then start manifesting something. Start manifesting. And like I said, the problem is that we sit in our soup of yuckiness, even though our words are like, I really want this, but you're still focusing on what you have right now. So good intentions, pure light, they say. Okay, I'm going to do one of these, which is a postcard to spirit. Okay, for some reason, I'm seeing that there's a couple of people specifically that this is going to call out for. And is there any other questions personal questions that you want me to answer? Those of you that don't know, I do have light language, and I will be posting some videos. I needed to be in a good space to do all of this stuff, and I finally am there. And so the light language videos are going to be coming, so just heads up on that. And I was giving light language back in March, I want to say 2020. And it took me a long time to kind of, there's two of them. Okay, 2020. Let's see. Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and in physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it's too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts from the past or the future. Instead, just focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house. Ooh, girl. Let me tell you, I got a lot of boxes in this house. And throw out any objects that tells you an uncomfortable story. Woo, that is so important. Why keep that old stagnant energy with you? If it's not something that brings you love and makes you feel good, why keep it around? Throw that stagnancy out. Okay. Clean your house and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill it with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, and it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us. and a spirit free from distractions. I love that, T-Bar. Keep getting that over and over. I know, huh? My bottom line request and guidance for meditation is what is for me. Hey, Mars, what I would invite you to do is to, when next time you go into meditation, repeat for a while, what does Spirit have for me today? What does Spirit have for me today? What does Spirit have for me today? And then see what comes through. And you can even do that in writing, okay? Now, the next one was, did you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from mind alone? Ooh, hold that thought. And they just told me this is one of the biggest blocks that we have is our mind, because we are so concerned with figuring it out. That's what we do. We figure things out. We want to know where it comes from. Does it come from a different voice? Does it sound different? Does it feel different? Because if it doesn't sound, feel, or touch different, it's got to be, from you, and that's one of the biggest things that they're saying is that, can we just let it flow? Can you just step out of your way long enough for you to open that connection with Spirit? Because we all have it, all of us. Okay. So let's see. So it said, do you ever wonder where the ideas and inspirations might be coming through your soul rather than generate from mind alone? We are here to tell you that we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits from Spirit, letting you know that you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means Spirit is breathing through you. Sorry, I'll read that again. Inspiration means Spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so that you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into experiences and know that this is why you are on this earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever it's meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let it inspire and propel you forward. You are so loved. Okay? Yay. All right. Okay. Anybody got any questions? You want to do some personal readings? I'm all for it. I'm all yours for a little while. Or do you guys want a meditation? I just thought about that. Oh, and that's another thing we'll be doing is meditation. I need to figure out what days like different people are on because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And I don't want to do that. So yeah, I'll figure it out, and I'll be on a couple of days a week now, probably later on in the day. So those of you who wanted meditation, would love to hear some light language, and my whole body hurts. Okay, that's probably why the light language was coming through with the meditation. Okay, so for those of you that have not done this before, go ahead and get yourself. It's not important to look at me. Okay, you do not have to look at me. Just get in a place where you can be comfortable and relaxed. You just need to hear me. If you want to see me, that's fine. I'm going to have my eyes closed and probably do some to explain light language that people don't know. It's just soul's language. Some of us have actual words coming out of our mouths that don't make sense, but your soul knows. Some of us have hand gestures. Some of us have the language and the interpretation. I never know what's going to come through. And some of us have light language with colors. So it's all different. So go ahead and get in a space where you can be relaxed. Okay. If you are the type of person that is tired, or you're tired now and you don't want to fall asleep, relax, get yourself in a relaxed position, but not so relaxed, like make one part of your body really uncomfortable, like throwing a pillow underneath one leg. Miss Candy, I will get to that in a minute. Okay. So go ahead and start paying attention to your breathing. I want you to breathe in like you're breathing in a rose to smell a flower. And breathe out like you're blowing a candle out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep doing that, and I want you to pay attention to your toes and how relaxed your toes feel. And just relax those toes and the ankles as you breathe in and breathe out. Keep doing that, and breathing and staying focused. You're doing an awesome job, and I want you to relax your legs. Breathe in and out. All your legs get more comfortable and more relaxed. And your hips start to feel heavier in your chair. Breathe in and out. Good job. And now your back and your chest. Your shoulders, man, just let all that go. You don't need anything. Relax that. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep breathing. And releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Let it just sink away from you. In and out. Your head and neck. Your arms and hands more relaxed. Breathe in and out. Good job. And you feel your body so relaxed. And you're breathing in and out. And I want you to create a space in your mind. And it could be make-believe or real. Your safe space. And you can have it outside, inside, whatever your space is. Take in every single inch of your space in your mind. Are there walls? Is it open? Can you feel a breeze? How warm is it? Do you have shoes on? And there you are, safe and protected. Just breathe in and out, safe and protected. And I want you to call in your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your seed family, anything that you feel connected to. Bring them in. And as they gather around you, and they're helping you, there's things that you need to let go of and release, they take from you. Like handing bags over. Like, here, I don't need this. Ata inashane urama aktu 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 sane obra ata. Ekno amashane et ura at shne ama. And they speak to you and they tell you whatever you need to know. And you hand off things that are no longer needed. Old vibration, old tools. And if you want, you can ask them for any new tools, any advice. Release anything. And as you say goodbye to them, and they walk away carrying all of these old, stagnant things in your life, I want you to focus on your body. And your soul is speaking to your body right now. And I want you to give thanks for your body. What do you love about your body? That's what I need you to focus on right now. And I want you to imagine the cells in your body, because they are listening. And I want you to tell the cells that it's time to awaken. Your body is beautiful. It heals itself. And maybe you see your cells and they're not perfect, but all of a sudden they just become beautiful and perfect, however that looks to you. Tell your DNA it's time. It's time to awaken. It's time to use all of the things that you've come from lifetime and lifetime and lifetime with. This isn't your first rodeo. You're strong and you're powerful. Just awaken and feel that. Whatever that feels like to you. Shine a flashlight on it if you have to. Dust it off. Send as much Reiki, as much love as you can to your cells. Dust them off, blow them off, whatever you need to do to get them awakened in your mind and remind them that they are powerful. We're changing as a human. We're strong. Whenever you're ready, go back into your comfortable space. Get out of your body, into your space. I want you to pay attention to how your toes feel and wiggle them around. Whenever you're ready. And your legs, your hips. Feeling them, tighten the muscles in your back, your shoulders. Move your head around. Your hands. And just shake your body. Welcome back. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Ooh, ooh. No, just kidding. Okay. How's everybody? Is everybody back? Come back to me. Go ahead and talk and tell me how you're feeling. Anna Banana said, wow, not really paying too much attention, still getting tingles everywhere. Yay for you. No problem, Vivian. So how did that feel? Did anybody see anything? Did you feel anything? Okay. Remember that light language can take a few days. It doesn't just go away. There was a couple of things that when I was doing the light language, somebody's back and somebody's like, literally, I saw somebody's back and somebody's knee. Little bit of problems. Very good, Ron. I'm glad for you. Oh yeah, Connie, don't do it with your eyes closed, sister. Awesome. T-Bar sees purple. Oh, awesome. I think that's our thing, Debbie, is a lot of us we're seeing, why do you see color, Cindy? Because color is another form of light language. And so seeing color is just awesome. I would ask you, and you don't have to answer, but just feel it. Like when you saw the color, what were you feeling? Okay, so what they show me is I will offer you this. I will offer you this. You take it if you want it. Okay. My belief system, and for those of you that just started with me, I've always said that, we each have our truths. Go back to the apartment thing. We're each living in our own apartment. And what I believe in my apartment doesn't affect you in your apartment. We're still living in the same house, right? Or in the same apartment complex. That's awesome, Suzanne. I think it's great that you only see colors. But so anyways, my belief system is that our soul is so ancient and so old. And there was a time that we did not use these words to speak to each other. We spoke in colors. We spoke in feelings. We spoke in emotions. That's awesome. Blobs moving through your mind and light coming with shapes. And Debbie, you may just be that person that speaks in shapes with light language. Miss Candy saw colors, chakra ending purple, orbs in the center. I saw images of beings in my third eye, very loving. And that's what's awesome about it is you have to understand that the energy is changing and shifting for us. So some of us will get different experiences. It doesn't make them bad. It just makes them different. Remember how you felt in that space of love, So yeah. Awesome. Well, hopefully everybody had and the light language would still be in this video, just so you know. So anybody listening to the light language, thank you. Connie says there's something about that in her Navajo and Apache culture. Light is powerful. And it's very powerful. So it's really, it's really awesome. So I have a friend that only speaks in colors of light language. So she will create these really beautiful pictures in colors, and that's colors and shapes. So it's not different. Just know that that's the way your light language may come through, is colors. Why are my guides handling me with kitten gloves during my spiritual awakening? Ooh, you're nice. I'm glad they are. Because sometimes, Suzanne, it is really hard. Okay. It's very hard sometimes because we have a belief system. We have, when we're little, we get this, my guide showed me this milk crate. And this milk crate is everything everybody always put into you. So we were raised Southern Baptist, okay? But my mom was from Panama, and my mom believed in spirituality. So that's a little bit, way on the other side. When I was growing up, my family told me we weren't allowed to cut our hair, not because of religious beliefs, but that's because, and Connie will probably back this up, because our belief system is hair it's your antennae. And so when you cut your hair, you also cut your spiritual kind of connection off. Some people believe that, some people don't. If you look at the Navajos, I believe it was the Navajos when they were getting them back they were looking at them to be code talkers or something like that before that. Don't mark me, but there was some sort of study where they got these tribal men and brought them into the army, and they were really great. They could listen and hear how far away people are. They were doing all these things. They brought them into the army. They shaved off their heads, and they couldn't do anything anymore. So then they let these guys, they brought another one and they left them with long hair. They were able to do that. So I don't know where I was going with this story, but it's just our belief systems are different. Pentecostals believe women shouldn't cut their hair, wear makeup, wear pants. My mom's side. Yeah, it's like, we all have, that's where we're going. Thank you, T-Bar. We all have these different belief systems. And so what they're saying, the reason why they're handling you with kids' gloves is because they keep saying, Karen, tell them your story. March of 2020, some of you know that I got light language. And it took a very, very long time for me to wrap my brain around that. It also took a very long time for me to wrap my brain around that I was now getting visitations from aliens. Previously, I do believe in aliens because I believe that we are not, it's okay if you've been cutting your hair lately. I mean, we're changing things. And that's the thing about us is our vibration doesn't need that as much. Ouchie. If you would have told me 5 years ago, if I believed in aliens, I would have told you, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably something out there, but I wouldn't put too much effort into that or even think about that. I mean, I can't prove it. I can't say no to it, but I'm sure we're not the only people out there. And then I basically was being visited every time I fell asleep. And I didn't know this was happening for a while. And then I literally, I don't know if I can show you. I will see if I can pull it up. Got up one day and said, write it down, Karen, write it down, Karen. I don't know if this will come out right. Oops, hold on. Let me get it. But I literally picked up my phone and wrote this in my notes. Okay. So I picked something in the middle of it, and it was don't look at my spelling, look at the second line, intergalactic healing mode learned on ship. So I was getting taken and not probed. Don't worry about that. They're not into that. But I was basically getting taken and I was being shown a healing mode with the language and with sound. And literally it's hard to wrap my head around it. And so that's why they're teaching, Suzanne, that's why they're doing it with kid gloves, because we are in a state right now, all of us, we are so linear in our thinking, and we are so trained, I guess you could say. Our society has made us, some of us has made us, it's funny to me when I look back, we're so believing what's right here, yet some of us don't have that nature of looking outside of ourselves, and that's a really hard thing to grasp. And so that's why they're treating you with kid gloves. Karen, I thought as you, now it's getting real, no visitations, but videos and government confrontations, real feelings. Yeah. That's why they're doing that, Suzanne. It's because we have to change our thinking. People always say, well, what's blocking me from my spirituality? Your own brain. That's what it is. Your own brain and your own thought process, because we are trained to think that we cannot heal ourselves. We are trained that this is where it comes from. So when I throw out there and tell you that our DNA is not junk DNA, our DNA, and it this is, believe it if you want. Why would an alien appear afraid that I notice its presence during a meditation? That is because of the fact that there is some part of you that was a little fearful in itself. Okay. So I've had that where I was sleeping. Anybody that knows me will tell you if I'm asleep and you step into my bubble, I will feel you. And I have woken up and had an alien right here in front of my face. And I did what's called my man scream. I wish I had a beautiful, scream. No, I'm like, oh. So I call it my man scream. And my man scream. And as soon as I screamed, she disappeared. Okay. So let's go back to the DNA stuff. My belief system is that our junk DNA is not junk DNA. And we are actually in this time being turned on, not in that kind of way, but our DNA is actually being turned on to say, and that's why we're changing so fast. That's why we're melding. We're being able to see the things we used to see. I mean, like lifetimes. When you guys have went out there and said, hey, Karen, did I used to have a lifetime in Egypt? Yes, you don't need me to tell you that because you feel it in your soul. And there are some of us, okay, and this is going to ring true and hurt you, well, not hurt you, but kind of, some of us that have, thank you, Connie, activated, switched on, thank you. There are some of us that have been burned by the stake. There are some of us that have been drowned. There are some of us that have been hurt and flogged. And because we were doing these things, we don't have to feel that way anymore. Okay. So your brain is going, don't do it. Don't do it. We're going to get hurt again. And our soul is going, no, now's the time. Now is the time. Our kids that are coming in here pretty soon are coming in differently. We, as us, I'm going to say us old people, because I'm 52. I know I'm not that old, but we have a certain belief system. It's either black or it's white. And in our timeline, we have had to switch our thinking, have we not? That black or that white, it's either good or it's bad. And these kids that are coming in, they don't have those lines. It's either boy or girl. They don't have those lines because they are getting to the point where they won't argue about those silly things because their generation isn't about opposites. They're about cohesiveness and all together. Does that make sense? T-Barb remembers Tut times. Oh, I remember two pyramids, and the pyramids had a bridge between them. And I remember walking along with my mother, and we were walking towards aliens, and they started talking to me, and I answered back, and my mom started crying. And they took my hand and they went into the other pyramid, and my mom left. And I remember grabbing onto my mom's hand so tight because I did not want her to go. And I just kept hanging on to it. And of course you can't hang on. And then it finally just and I let go, and then I was taken away. Those are all coming back to us. All of it. All of it's coming back to us. And so don't think you're going crazy. Just to look at it, see where your body feels about it, accept your truth. Because your truth doesn't have to look good for anybody. And then take in what you need to take in. Let's see. Likely wasn't supposed to be seen as general policy. And she saw me possible. Maybe. But that's where we're headed. And to go back to Suzanne's kind of, why are they treating me with kids' gloves? Because this is going to be a shocker for some. Exactly, Cindy. Their generation is live and let live. Who cares what you want to call yourself? You do you. You're in your own little apartment complex over there. I'm in mine. Just don't try to push it. Just accept it for what it is. And one of the things you guys can do is when you go to sleep at night, You can literally meditate on your DNA, just like we did today. Ask your DNA to turn on what needs to get turned on, and light up, do whatever you want to do, and talk to your cells. This is the new human person. The new human person, we're going to be able to really acknowledge that we can be in control of our lives. But we got to get past this part. This is the part that we need to get past. And so once we could get past that, there's going to be also, ooh, they just told me. Also, what do you think? Why do you think we have so many people with autism coming? I mean, we never used to have that. You got tons of people with autism coming in now because they are out of the box thinkers. They do not think of linear time. They do not think of things like that. And we call them weird, and really they're the ones that got it right. You know, I've never felt the same way about anything the same way as my family. It's lonely here. That's true. And a lot of us are like that. We're totally different. Yeah, T-Bar, you have your grandsons. Yeah. I mean, those guys are out of the box thinkers. They're not thinking in linear time. Someone said in a video I was watching, and I want to quote Sonia this morning, who said, go out there and watch videos, get as much free information as you can. Sonia said, a video that I was watching this morning, and I honestly can't remember what it said. It said, if you ask a person with autism, not all of them, they don't all have this skill, what day of the week will it be at this time, they would be able to tell you in 2035, the 16th of May is going to be on Tuesday. That's just crazy. We don't know how they come up with that, but they've already got that, that box already written out because it's already written. For us, we can't see that box, but it's already been written. The calendar's already there. They're just flipping through there going like that, so that's what it is. So that's why they're coming in more people with autism. That will be the norm, so that we're not stuck in this way, because we've been stuck in this way too long, and that ain't getting us anywhere. Okay. My guides say, sometimes they talk, those of you that don't know, I don't do any politics whatsoever, because every time I've tried, my guides tell me, what does it matter? It's not going to matter here pretty soon. It won't matter. And I've got to, I can't see anything about politics. That's why I don't do it. So, all right. Anything else? Let's see. Okay, I know. Let me back up to the comments. There's the kid gloves one. And let's see. So Miss Candy, are you still here? And there was someone else before Miss Candy that wanted, bottom line, guidance and meditation for me. I think I said that, which was Mars ask for, what does my soul have? What does my soul have for me today? And really, for Mars, it really is about telling your body. It's all of us, but it really is about physically making your body and thinking about your body and doing this over and over and over and over and over again, because it really is a time to tell our body over and over again, you're healthy, you're happy, you're healed, because that one time it'll actually work, but we'll have to say it over and over and over again because our head is getting in our way. Let's see. I did light language. Okay. So, Miss Candy, are you still here? Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, what does it's not so much my body, Cindy, it's what does my soul have for me today? And the reason why you say that is because you're asking your soul to give your information. I think at some point, this is, like I said, this is just my belief system. At some point, we forgot about the God inside of us, and somehow we took God spirit God that was inside of us, and somehow we made him outside, and we always are people that look outside of ourselves for answers. We look outside of ourselves for cures. If you look at the way our society is set up, we go to the doctor. If you are under doctor care, please do not say Karen said stop going to the doctors. I'm just saying, as a whole, we always are looking outside of ourselves for doctors, for help. I mean, just lots of different things. We go outside of ourselves instead of looking inside. And that's the rewiring of the thoughts, exactly, Suzanne, that is going to start happening. So you can say my higher self, you can say soul, but what does that have for me today? Let's see. I just learned, suspected my granddaughter is not just gay, but there's a new word for all that different kind of relationships now, and I forget. Oh, there's so many words I can't even keep track. And I knew this was going to be a conversation piece today, but yeah, there's so many. They just don't have. I think you're talking about non-binary. T-bar, is that what it was? Let's see. So. I think, Miss Candy, I think somebody's here for you. I have been seeing a lot of, I would not put a body on this person. So I've been having a lot of spirit guides really come through, really intensely. And so when they come as spirit guides, what I say is, I don't have a body on this person, Miss Candy. I'm going to put you right here so I can see your little name. Usually I can get a picture of a mom, or I can get a picture of her dad or something like that. I just see this entity that is waiting for you to get out of your own way so that they can help you more. It's like so what they're saying is, you know, that race, and I don't know what it's called, where the runner holds that baton thing and then he goes and gives it to the next person and they grab it and they take off running. They're waiting for you on the sideline to keep going so that they can grab that. So whatever it is that you need to do. And it's funny because what they're showing me is, were you here for the reading of this card, these cards? If not, there was something about getting rid of clutter, but is really relay race. Thank you. But what's really odd is, I am not, take this for what this, take this for what it means to you, Miss Candy. But there are some things, and they're not just physical things. They're not just a bottle of water or that trash bag over there, or, you know, that box over here, or this thing. I mean, there's some other things that you need to be getting rid of and dumping. And they really go back to, if it doesn't make you happy, you need to leave and walk away. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Because I've never thought of myself as the end. Aspie, that's cute. Yeah. Okay, so Miss Candy, so that's what they want you to know, that if you want to change whatever is going on with yourself in certain situations, because literally they're showing me banging your head up against the wall, it's going to be the same way. You've got to change your circumstances if you want it different. Okay, so whatever that means to you, but you've got people that are waiting to give you more, to get to that next step, to get you there. You've got spirit guides on the other side that are willing to help you, but they can't help you in the space that you're in. And so that's, you know, whether that space is metaphorically or whether that space, yes, I tend to do that, so I get it. Okay, whether that space is metaphorically or that space is really like a space. However it is, you need to clean it up, and you need to do it before you're going to see the next relay, before you're going to see the next thing happening. Okay. Let me see. I want to go back to what Aspie said. I have never thought of myself as engendered. Could be Asperger's, just don't know. All the packages. Exactly. And Aspie, if you don't mind me asking you, you don't have to say it, but how old are you? Yeah, the newer kids are coming in like that. You know, the younger generation is coming in like that, where they don't. It's a package. It's not like they're really in touch with things differently. 54. Okay, it's funny because you feel very young, very very much younger than 54. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. Actually, it feels good. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you'll be moving. And really, so Candy, really set yourself up as far as what do you want to see? Because remember, and I think what they mean by the brick wall and bumping your head in the brick wall is if you're wanting to change your environment, you need to change yourself too. I don't know what this means, but if you don't want to, and I'm just, remember, it's a metaphor. If you don't want to get into the same type of relationships, you gotta change where you get the person. Does that make sense? I'm a cluttered cockroach. Do you love it? If no, eliminate it. Yep, there you go. When I left Colorado, I got rid of so much stuff. It was unbelievable. And you know, if you looked around this apartment, you would just die. There's so many boxes everywhere. It's crazy. But hey, that's awesome. So, all right. Somebody else said something, message from spirit. Oh, Jennifer Booth. Any messages from spirit? I always feel very reluctant when a person who has passed away steps in here, because I'm doing it for you, Jennifer, but that doesn't mean it is for you. Okay. Um, but I would ask you, Jennifer, have you had somebody recently passed away? And um, this really, um, does that make sense? Have you had someone recently pass away? And I would say it's probably a female. And I'm going to guess that it's within the last year or so, but probably closer to that. And you guys got to remember the lag. So there's a lot of lag. I should turn on my phone and then I would see it quicker. So, has anybody passed away, Jennifer, recently? Okay, let me turn this down. Okay, yes, correct. Okay, correct. Okay, now I got you. Okay, so there is a female, and I don't try to, I'm not going to sit here and spend a lot of time telling you what she is or what she looks like. I just know that there are some people that feel still hung up on her death, still sad, still kind of clinging. 2019. It just feels like it just feels like, you know, she's like, y'all need to live. You know, you can't keep you know, revisiting this. Whatever that means to you, you can't keep revisiting this. Um, you know, it really is time to I mean, it's almost like she's in a scolding way, scolding, She's almost like she's scolding me about, you just need to move on. You can't keep rehashing this. You can't keep redoing this. You can't keep, you know, um, I wish it, and she almost says, like, I wish you'd remember me in a different way. I wish you'd remember, and not that you, and I don't know if this is for you or if it's for somebody else that you need to pass along. And it's funny because she shows you guys, you and a bunch of people in a room, and it's almost like where you will start to go, okay, let's not remember that. Let's not talk about that. Let's go ahead, and it's going to be joyous. It's going to be some. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Okay. It sounds like her. Um, yeah, because that's what I see is like, um, it's not your mom, Connie. It definitely is hanging on to, um, it's definitely hanging on to Jennifer. But yeah, so Jennifer, you're gonna have to be that person that literally goes over there and says, um, we're gonna remember her this way. We're gonna, and I don't know why, but she's just very concerned about the way everybody's talking about the way she passed. So if that makes any sense to you. But she wants you to know she's good. Um, she wants you to know she's good. She's glad. She's in a good spot. Like, I don't know why she keeps saying that, but I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot. That's what she keeps saying. I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot. Um, she has Alzheimer's. Okay. Yeah. My mom had Alzheimer's, or my mom has Alzheimer's too. And Alzheimer's is really tricky because they come in and they come out before they pass. So, but yeah, just remember her like before she got, goofy, as she wants to say, before I got goofy, before I got goofy. So once she started in, and there's some people that like to go, yeah, but she was being mean, or she was doing this, and then she's like, just remember me before I got goofy. So make sure you become that person that always, yeah, let's just drop that and remember when she wasn't goofy. Okay, because it seems that's what she's showing me. But she loves you, and just keep trucking along. Keep trucking along. So, okay. Um, I am going to, I'm not going to get everybody. Um, I'm just going to go through and see whose name calls out, okay? Because I'm getting kind of tired. Um, let's see. Oh, Clutter Coach, Prince Charming's mom. Prince Charming's mom said Clutter Coach. I saw Clutter Roach. This is why I don't read without my glasses. She's a clutter coach. Okay. Let's see. On a banana. Let's see. Connie. Cindy. Cindy, I'm going to try, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. November 11th is really early. And so it really depends on her. The best way I can describe it is seeing a sea of people, and she's way, way, way in the back trying to talk in a concert area. It's really hard. Yeah, clutter coach. Yeah, she's not, Cindy, what I keep seeing, honestly, if I cannot connect with her today. Okay. Today. And the reason why is because it's really the oddest thing. But imagine if a bunch of people are sitting in a movie theater and all of us are looking at the movie, but we're seeing the movie in our own life. Okay. And that's what's happening. Is she died in 2020, but I don't know why it's really hard for me to connect with her. So I'm going to say she died last year. I'm going to say, let's try this again another time, not today. Okay. Because when you're connecting with dead people, it's really, really hard. It takes a lot out from you because you really have to siphon through the crowd. And if they're not wanting to talk too loud, then today may not be the day. So, but she's not, I will tell you this, she's not confused over there. You know, your mom said she was confused. So I'm confused. All right. Listen, guys, I am going to head out because I think that Ron is going to be getting on pretty soon. And I don't want to go over Ron's time. And I don't want you guys to miss Ron's stuff. And I want to see Ron too. So I'm going to do a couple of videos I'm going to try to get online pretty soon and do it a couple of times a week. So it'll probably be later on. Yeah, the decluttering thing. So decluttering. We are starting to get in touch with our past lives, and that might make you a little woozy, a little bit, dizzy. When she was here, I get it now. Okay, Cindy, when she was here, she's not that way anymore, but I really feel her still watching her life. And some people just do it slower. But we'll try a different time. So we're going to start really kind of paying attention to your lives and how your past lives are coming in, and you're going to be able to see that. So don't think you're going crazy. Just kind of accept it. Take it for what it's worth. Take in all of those things, those transitions that we're all going through. It's really, really important for you to acknowledge that you're not going crazy. You're just going through a transition, and drink lots of water and take care of yourself and be gentle with yourself. Thank you, Karen. It's putty cat ears party. Oh, I don't have any putty cat ears. Otherwise, I would come. So let's see. And then just know that, we really are changing, and we really do have the power, and we have got to start telling our bodies that, and we have got to start saying that we are totally in control of ourselves and our body. And when we can master that, just like T-Barb was saying, that her manifesting is getting better, when you can stay in a space of love and do your work, you're going to see things much different. So, thank you, T-Bar. So, all right, much love to you guys. We'll talk to you later. Love and light. And if you need me, please feel free. Oh, let me see if I have a banner that has any of my info. Nope, no info, just where to pay me. So, anyways, love and light. You are welcome to go on my gosh, what do you call it? Can't even think. If you still look me up on sagehealers.com, so you will find me there on my website, sagehealers.com, and that's another way to get a hold of me. Okay, lots of love. Have a great and awesome night. Okay.